Welcome back to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba.
And I'm Mervyn Price.
With Mervyn Price and Tommy Habib. All right, our guest this segment is Steve Wasik, CEO, VKTRY Gear, VKTRY Gear.com. Steve, welcome back to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, gentlemen. It's my pleasure.
All right, you've got 25 years of building consumer companies, experience with large multinationals such as Cadbury, Schweppes, and Chanel. But let's dive into your company. In the innovative products, tell me about it.
Yeah, it's a very interesting product. There's a lot going on in sports tech nowadays, especially in the area of protection for the athlete. A lot of times people are thinking immediately about concussion, but there's a lot of other reasons to monitor the athletes and to protect them ahead of time against injuries as opposed to treating the injuries. So our product has two benefits. Number one, it adds support stability and shock absorption to the athlete. It's basically an insole made of aerospace-grade carbon fibers. So it's literally like putting springs into your shoes. And athletes tell us they feel the bounce. They love it, not only for the protection benefits against injuries like turf toe, plantar fasciitis, stress fractures, shin splints, but also for improved performance. So we've tested it with force plates, and you get an extra almost 10% more force you can put into the ground, which means athletes can run faster and jump higher. Essentially, there's never been a product like ours that's designed to be worn before an injury takes place to protect against an injury and to help with performance.
All right, Steve, who uses the product and what's your go-to-market strategy?
Well, we sell into the professional leagues like people like the Dallas Cowboys, the New England Patriots, the Oakland Raiders. We sell into Major League Baseball, so the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Dodgers, etc. But we also sell into colleges. So down your neck of the woods, I believe SMU, TCU, University of Texas, Texas A&M. Those schools are all buying for different programs. But the big part, there's over 60 million high school and amateur athletes out there who can benefit from our product. Again, they use ground force to perform better, and they also wear shoes. And insole makes sense. We don't sell yet to swimmers or divers or MMA athletes. And how we reach these athletes, it's primarily through digital marketing. Well, for the marketing purposes, we sell into the Dallas Cowboys directly. But to reach the high school athletes and their parents, we use digital marketing. So Facebook, Instagram. The nice thing about that is they're relatively easy to identify who a lacrosse or a football or a tennis athlete is and who their parents are. And we can also look at income levels, through digital marketing. And we try to tailor the message for a particular sport. So for lacrosse, we have Miles Jones, one of the best lacrosse players in the country. For rugby, we have Carlin Isles, the world's fastest rugby player, and so on.
Now, your board of directors for your advisory group, let's explore that a little bit.
Yeah, so we have a nice blend of, I would say, people who come from the financial world, so they're very savvy at helping small startups get started and get capitalized. But we also have some interesting board advisors. Gary Vitti, for example, is the former head athletic trainer for the Los Angeles Lakers. He was there for 32 years, and we walked into the locker room about a year ago, and he loved our product. He said, why hasn't somebody invented this product sooner? So he's our expert in the field of sports medicine. We also have Bill Parisi. He has founded over 100 speed schools around the country, so he's an expert in performance training. And we also have AJ Vaynerchuk, and he and his brother Gary Vaynerchuk, also known as Gary V. They're experts in the field of digital marketing and social media, and they have founded two major companies, Vayner Media and Vayner Sports. So they not only understand the sports and the marketing, but they also understand how to get a business up and running.
Now, you've got professional athletes that are using your product, and I wanted to hear some of the feedback that you're getting from these people.
Yeah, one gentleman down in Dallas-Fort Worth is Yogi Ferrell, who's I think just became the starting point guard mid-season last year for the Mavericks. And what he's told us is that he feels more explosive. He feels like he can attack the basketball. I think his exact words were he feels like he's running downhill when he wears our product. So obviously that's important for a guy like Yogi, who's got the ball in his hands and has to kind of dictate the pace in a basketball game. We've got Trevor Knight, who is the quarterback at Texas A&M. He and Christian Kirk and some of the other players wore the product. I believe some of them had problems with turf toe in the past, and they loved how they felt. They said it never felt better. Trevor Knight actually dominated the NFL Combine. He was the fastest quarterback in the 40 in the shuttle. He had the highest vertical and the longest broad jump, and he's pretty quick to attribute a lot of his success at the Combine to our VKTRY performance insoles.
All right, let's talk about your success here, and I also want to hear about how your company is funded. But barriers to success, it seems that you've surpassed most of them, but there's got to be a few things that the other entrepreneurs out there, the other CEOs out there can learn and take away from this interview.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's hard to get started. Fortunately, we had an angel or two invest in us that allowed us to get our manufacturing up and running. Prior to that, we were using overseas manufacturing. We brought the manufacturing to the United States. It's now made in the state of Georgia, and which obviously it's easier for us to get product, but also to communicate with our manufacturing partner, which really acts not only as a manufacturing partner, but an R&D arm for us. So I'd say finding good partners like that are critical. Also, trying to obviously start generating sales quickly, so that you're not just in research mode and manufacturing mode. So we've had some success on that front. I'd say, in our category, one of the keys was to build credibility rather quickly. So to have the experts like the Gary Vee's, to have done a 12-month PhD-led study at a major university and have that white paper to share with customers is critical. And really, it's just to make sure you surround yourself with a good team.
That's wise, I should say, sage advice. All right, we're going to have to close out, but before we go, contact information for you, for the investors that are in the audience, and the potential new clients for your product.
Well, great. I'd say for customers out there, it's best to go to VKTRYGear.com, and it's spelled VKTRYGEAR.com. We've got some great videos on there, some great testimonials. As far as our current capitalization, so we've had a seed round where we've raised about $1.7 million in the past 36 months. And right now we're looking to raise a Series A for a preferred stock round. And probably the best way would be to contact me, Steve.Wasik, that's WASIK, at VKTRYGear.com. And look forward to speaking with you.
Thanks for being a guest on the show, Steve. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
You're welcome. Steve Wasik, CEO of VKTRY Gear, VKTRY Gear, GEAR.com. All right, that's a segment brought to you by Tycon Partners.